I am recording. Do you guys have a good shot of my mat from here? We good? All right, let's get moving. You know, I like to start off in child's pose, right? We have a lot going on in our lives. It's a change in seasons, right? Starting to warm up, we're getting our shots. Minds are busy. So let's start off in child's pose to get us grounded, right? So we're going to spread our fingers wide, knees on the outside corners of our mat, and allow your belly to fall and your forehead to fall. We like this grounding posture, right? Because it kind of helps us transition from all the chatter and all the stuff that was going on before we come to our mats. It's where we kind of lay everything down and reconcile with the idea of self-care, right? Reconcile with the idea that we belong here and that we need this time, right? We need this time to allow ourselves to just be. Be here now, be here in this moment. As we lay things down on our mat, we like to also start the different type of breathing, right? Sometimes our breath is shallow when we're hurried. Sometimes it's too slow. Let's see if we can get into that nice, victorious Ujjayi breath, right? Where we are mindfully breathing in through our nose and then slowly breathing out through our throat. An oceanic breath, breathing in, rolling like the waves, breathing out. And so remember this breath, remember this place, so that at any time in your practice, if you feel like you need to take a break, this is where you come. You know? Come to child's pose, and remember your Ujjayi pranayama. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Full breath in, allow your lungs to fill up. And exhale it all out. One more full breath in. And one more full breath out in this position. Then on your next inhale, see if you can lift your elbows up off the mat. Allowing your fingertips to grip the mat, the heel of your hands are gripping the mat. It should feel like there's like a little marble in the center of your palm that you're trying to protect. Shoulders should be far away from your ears. You can draw your shoulder blades down. Perhaps maybe pushing the mat away so that your bottom is moving closer to your heels. Should be a very active feeling right now, very different than when you first got onto your mat. And if you've allowed your belly to sink, see if you can draw your belly in so that your core is nice and tight. So now you're in an active child's pose. Continuing to breathe. And then on your next inhalation, let's come to all fours. My apologies for Ozzy the dog. He might interrupt us a little bit, but we're going to keep it moving. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. On your inhale, allow your belly to sink and bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round your spine and bring your gaze between your knees. Inhale, allow your belly to sink, gazes up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, draw your belly up, gazes between your knees. And then let's all come to a neutral spine. Let's tuck your toes under. Now, pushing the mat away, remembering those fingers. They should feel like tree frog fingers, right? Gripping the mat, pushing the mat away. We're going to extend into our first downward facing dog. Your heels may or may not touch the mat, and that's okay. But you should feel a lot of sensations in this first down dog, right? Perhaps feeling the stretch behind your calves, perhaps maybe a little bit in your hamstrings. You should still feel this feeling of pushing the mat away, right? And then you have kind of this external rotation going on with your shoulders, right? So your elbows want to look at each other. Your arms should feel very strong. Your belly is drawn in. There's a lot going on. And even though we call this kind of a resting posture, think of this feeling. Think of this sensation when you come into down dog, right? So you know that you're still exercising, even though this may not be as challenging a posture as some of the others that we'll do. So let's all take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Big breath in. Even bigger breath out. And then on your next inhalation, bring your gaze up towards your hands. And then slowly walk yourself up to meet your hands. Keep your head hanging low, right? And we're going to take ragdoll. Remember that your neck is always an extension of your spine. So we don't want to do any weird things with our neck, right? Like twisting and turning it. But we will do a small little yes and no just to get out any of the kinks. And then in ragdoll, you can either leave your fingertips on the mat, or if you'd like to grab opposite elbows, you can. Or if you want to interlace your fingers behind you, allowing your hands to hang. Whatever feels comfortable to you, it's yogi's choice, right? Pick your version of ragdoll, and maybe start shifting, the hips from side to side, bending one knee, then the other. Just allowing yourself to sway a little bit, getting motion in the hips. This should feel really, really nice. And then let's all come to stillness. Bring your fingertips to the mat if they've left the mat. And then slowly toe heel your feet together. And then we'll slowly, slowly crawl our fingers up our shins, over our knees, all the way to standing. Let's roll our shoulders up towards our ears and back a couple of times. And then we are going to get started. Welcome, namesake. Glad that you were able to make it. All right, awesome. All right, now we're going to do a couple of sun salutations. We'll have a balancing posture, and we've got some other goodies, all right? So let's all take a deep breath in, extend your arms up high. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, either fingertips to the ground or on top of your shins, being mindful not to push your knees back. Exhale, bring your palms down, step back, and then slowly, elbows into your rib cage, come all the way down to the mat. Tuck your toes under. With your inhale, take a baby cobra. Just a slight lift, right? So that you feel a slight arch in your spine. Elbows are tucked in, gaze is forward and down. Exhale, lower down. With your inhale, maybe slide your hands a little bit more closely to your ribs, keeping those elbows in. With your inhale, take a cobra pose. And then exhale, come back down. Okay? Sliding those hands back just an inch or two more. With your inhale, we'll take upward facing dog. Maybe you lift your quads up off the mat. Okay, this is yogi's choice. So whenever we go high to low, up dog, down dog, you have these options. Exhale, lower down. Okay, so with your next inhale, pick your version of your up dog. Okay, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes under, pushing the mat away, come into downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Biggest breath in. Exhale it all out. And on your next inhale, bring your gaze towards the top of the mat. Step forward to meet your hands. And with your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. We're going to bend your knees, drop your hips, and with your inhale, rise up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Remember your options with your arms, right? You keep hands together or hands apart. Toes nice and lifted off the mat. The weight is in your heels. We have a crier here. I'm going to let the crybaby back in. Weight is in your heels. Okay. Now let's bring your hands together down to your heart center. And this time we're going to do anything with our knees. Our feet are going to stay in the same position. But remember we talked about this being revolved. Spring equinox, right? A lot of revolving, a lot of transitions. We're going to do a revolved chair. So we're going to open this right arm. So we're in prayer. All we're going to do is extend the left hand up forward. We're going to take the right hand back. So it's almost like you're opening your arms. You want to give somebody a hug to the right. Okay? We get our vaccines. We're going to be doing some hugging. Arms are open. Okay? I've done nothing. But check your knees. I've done nothing, so I thought. One knee shot out in front of the other. Maybe yours did too. See if you can keep them together. Continuing to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your hands back together to your heart center and fold. Woo! With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Okay. Exhale, fold, bringing your palms down, stepping it back, and taking your vinyasa, okay? High to low. With your inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through between your hands, spinning that back foot flat so that that back foot is facing northwest. And with your inhale, rise up, warrior one. I'm going to turn this way so you can see my warrior one. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. That knee should be tracking towards the middle of that front foot. Okay. Back leg is strong, straight, okay? Maybe that weight is towards the outer edge of that foot, okay? Headlights in the hips, right? Facing forward. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Maybe on every inhale, you can stretch a little bit more up and back. And maybe with your exhales, maybe you can sink a little bit lower. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. And then exhale, open wide to warrior two. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gaze is over that middle finger. Check your alignment, front and back. Right, shoulder blades are drawing those shoulders down. Okay. With your inhale, flip your palm up, reverse it back. Crescent lunge from here, okay? So we're going to take that left hand to meet the right, okay? We're going to spin that back foot forward so that our heels are lifted. Okay, you may want to adjust the distance of your feet, and that's okay. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to bring your hands to your heart center, and you're going to spin and twist towards the right. So that left elbow, let me turn this way so you can see me, is on the outside of that right knee. Okay? Back leg is straight and strong. And if this is too much, you can always drop that back knee, okay? And that is this is a perfectly fine lunge, okay? Just a lower one, right? So you pick your choice, okay? Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe you get a little bit more bendy and twisty in this posture. One more biggest breath in, and then exhale, revolve, right? Open your arms, just like we did in our chair. Okay. Check on you and see how you're doing here. Yes, ladies. Yes. It's a different sensation when you revolve, right? Because it's making your torso twist a lot more, okay? Take a full breath in, and then exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing that front foot, sliding that right foot back. You got it. Take your vinyasa. High to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Now we're going to do this on the other side. Kind of move this one breath at a time, okay? So let's bring our feet together at the back of the mat. Okay, you guys know what you're doing now. With your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose. Swing that foot between that hand. Spinning that back foot flat, okay? And with your inhale, rise up. Warrior one on the other side, okay? Remember your cues here, right? Knees in between that probably first, second, and third toe, I would guess, okay? Headlight hips, right? Hand postures, either Ashtanga style, goalpost arms, right? You pick your choice. Back leg is very strong. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Okay. Shoulders are down. Pulling those shoulders away from your ears. Gaze is over that middle finger. Okay? With your inhale, flip your palm up, reverse it back. Crescent lunge on the other side. Right? So we're going to bring this left hand forward. The right hand is going to meet it. We're on those toes in the back. You pick your arms, right? Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Remember, you can always drop that back leg, okay? And then we're going to spin, bringing our hands through our heart, spin and twist this time to the left. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, spin and twist to the left, right? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open it up, right? Remember, revolved, right? So I'm opening up to the left, although my body is really open. My legs are open on the other side, okay? Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands around that front foot, sliding that left foot back, and you got it. Take your vinyasa. High push-up, all the way down, or to chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. Bring your gaze forward to the top of the mat. Step forward to meet your hands. And with your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Okay? Now we got to do that opening on the other side. So bend your knees, drop your hips, and with your inhale, rise up. Chair pose. Okay? We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay? So breathing in, breathing out. Toes are lifted. Belly is tucked in. Tailbone's a little bit tucked too. Right? Some people get the idea that when you do chair pose, your bottom is sticking way out. It's really not that. See if maybe you can bring that pelvis more inward. Okay? You'll feel it more in your quads. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. And yes, we're going to open up this time to the left, right? So we're in chair. Should feel a lot in your quads. See if we can tuck that pelvis in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more biggest breath in. Bring those hands together. Back to your heart center. And then exhale, fold it forward. This time we're going to toe heel our feet about hip width distance apart. Okay? We're going to grab our peace fingers around those big toes. Okay? We're going to pull them up. Okay? As we pull them up, we're going to bring our body, our upper body, closer to our quads. Okay? Doing this means that our elbows are probably going to shift outward, and that's okay. You'll feel this a lot in your hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Breathing in. Breathing out. See if you can get as close as possible to those quads. If you need to release your legs by bending your knees a little bit, that's fine. It is better to bend your knees, as a matter of fact, as opposed to being hypermobile and having it go in the opposite direction. Take one more big breath in. And then release your toes. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Toe heel your feet together. And we're going to bend our knees, drop our hips, and with your inhale, rise up into chair. One more time. This time you can pick your choice. You can, maybe you feel like, wow, I'm more open on the right, or I need more work on the left. Pick your side that you would like to, or if you just want to open up your arms into trident, or we call it goalpost arms, you could do that too. It's a nice chest opener. Just pick your last chair move that you'd like to do. Toes are light. Maybe you can sink a little bit lower. Okay. Take one more huge breath in. Fullest expression of this posture. And then exhale, bring your palms together and fold it forward. Oh, those quads are going to be thanking us later. Okay, let's toe heel our feet about hip width distance apart again. We'll do Hastasana. The first one was Hastasana. Hastasana. We're going to put the sole of our feet into the palm of our hands. Right? So we're going to allow our toes to come close to our wrist. If this is uncomfortable for you, just put it maybe in the middle of your hand. The key here is that you're giving your arms a stretch while your legs are getting a stretch. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm stepping into my hands. Ideally, my toes are close to my wrists. Okay, your toes should be close to your wrist unless you have a problem in that. You know what that is, right? So you take care of yourself. Okay, But instead of putting your weight in your heels this time, see if you can put it in your toes, right? When you feel like you have a nice solid stance here, where your arms feel nice, stretched and long, then you're going to allow your elbows to splay out side, and you're going to pull yourself toward your quads. You're going to feel this a lot on the back of your legs. For me, it's my hamstrings. Maybe you feel it more in your calves. But continuing to breathe. Okay? Breathing in, not allowing that belly to sit on our quads, right? See if you can pull the belly in. Remembering your breath. One more biggest inhale, full expression. And then exhale, release your hands until you feel your feet back together. And then slowly, we're going to creep our fingers up our shins, over our knees. To grandma's house we go. All the way up to standing. Let's roll our shoulders back a couple of times. How are we doing? We good? All right, we are good. All right, ladies. We are going to do hand to big toe pose. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. You have done this before. We're going to do this again, okay? If you have a belt or a strap, it can help you, but you don't need it, okay? Basically, with hand to big toe pose, and take a quick drink until dry. It is essentially, and I'm going to hold on to this. I hope I don't take this lamp out, but it is essentially just like we just did, right? We had our fingertips wrapped around our toes, except we had the stability of having both feet on the ground, okay? With hand to big toe pose, you're really taking your fingers, wrapped around your toes and doing an extension, okay? Now, if doing that extension hurts, right? Or if you feel like I can only go this far, that's okay. You know, the key isn't to go all the way full extension if you find that it's too much for you. The key is really to kind of open up the hips. If you're able to also get that stretch by doing the extension, that's great. So what I try to say is if you can't get to like at least a bent leg, then maybe you stay here, right? Maybe the key is just to balance on that one foot, bringing your leg and seeing how much that hip opens, because that's a big part of it, right? So maybe you start there, okay? I'm just showing you some options. If you do have a strap, which is kind of a handy thing to have, you can get it from any stores, I'm sure, Amazon too, but if you do have a strap, right, then you create a loop with the strap, okay? If you have a wall, just for security while you're getting this whole operation rigged, it's helpful, right? But then you put your foot in your strap, and now, right, you have more space to be able to do this, right? So I don't have to like hold myself thinking about it, right? Instead, I have the security of my strap. These blocks and straps, it just allows you to get closer, right? It kind of gives you a little bit more room to grow when you're still working on certain postures. Or, you know, or maybe there's something like, oh gosh, you know, I'm still sore, or maybe my leg doesn't extend that way. Now I've got more room. And the longer I make my strap, the more I can do it, right? So those things in mind, let's all take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's try Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. I just like saying that. All right, so pick your poison, pick your way that you want to do it. Straps, no straps. Maybe you're not doing the extension, okay? But the key is to keep your weight into your left foot. If you're starting off on that foot, put your weight in your left foot. Remember headlights, right? Headline hips, right? You want it straight, not cockeyed. You want to make sure that you find your drishti point, right? That gaze point in any balancing posture. That's super important. When you have those things together, right? So my hips are straight, square. My gaze is right. Found that drishti point. Then you pick your version. Okay. If it's here, grab on the bottom of your knee. Okay. Maybe put your hand on your hips for security. And then when you feel secure, you open. Okay? If you are here, notice I'm doing this because I'm talking a lot, so I don't want to fall. But if you're here and you're able to grab that big toe, then you do the extension out front and then go off to the side. Okay? Oof. That quad is like, no, you don't. Okay? Find your wall. Okay? You do your right side. Put the weight into your right foot. Find your balance. Grab that big toe. Extension. And then out to the side. So I'm going to come to see you guys so I can comment. Okay. Awesome. Nice work. I'm going to show you guys too something else. Like when you feel like, okay, I feel good enough and I feel like I don't need the wall, right? Remember that opening that we were doing when we were in chair? A lot of times when people are doing this posture, right? When they find their balance, let's just say wherever you are, see if you can have your arm that's open wide out, and then you bring your gaze over off to the opposite side, right? It's a revolve. Remember revolve? We're revolving. If you're doing it on your right foot, right? You're here first in front. Bring it off towards the left. And then maybe extend that arm out. Okay? That is how we do this. That is how we do this. And if you're doing a full extension, let's see if I can do, how am I falling today? I don't know. My balance is a little off today. Okay, you do the full extension. And then maybe you bring your gaze out to the side. It's difficult. There's a lot of things going on in this posture. Okay? I feel it in my quads. I feel it in my hamstrings. There's a whole lot, you know? But it's a really nice posture for opening up those hips and clearly for balance, right? Maybe it's hard to do the extension to the front, to the side. Maybe you just do it off to the side to start, you know? You're standing up for a long time to move from front to side. But just practice those things, right? You guys are doing great. I see you, Yana. That's a nice extension. I see you, Reese. You got that whole little hip opening thing going. It's nice and wide. Nice, Lynn. I see your friend is trying to get some action. You guys are doing great. Oh my gosh. You guys are doing amazing. Seriously, this is not an easy posture, okay? And don't be afraid to try it. Like I said, holding on to a wall and then eventually letting go, right? Maybe trying straps, right? If you need like more extension, but it's not an easy one. Awesome work. You guys have done great. All right, let's all take a deep breath in. And then exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring your palms down, step back, and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Let's bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through between your hands. Spinning that back foot flat, okay? Heel to arch alignment, right? Heel to arch. With your inhale, rise up into warrior one. Okay? Exhale, open wide to warrior two. With your inhale, flip your palm up, reverse it back. You don't know what's coming. Triangle pose, okay? So come back through warrior two, okay? We're gonna straighten that front leg. decide, we got a decision to make. Do we want to stay here or adjust our feet, right? And wherever we are here, when we found our right stance, okay, we're going to tuck our pelvis under so that it's not breaking the glass, right? We're pretending like we're in between two panes of glass, okay? And then we're going to extend, 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 and then tilt, okay? Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Being mindful to rest our hands here, not to push our knee in, right? So your hand is on your shin. If you want to bring your gaze up towards that upper hand, that's another challenge. It's adding like a layer of balancing kind of, right? Let's all take a deep breath in together. And then exhale, let's bring this upper arm down to meet the right hand. And let me turn so you can see me. So we've got a triangle where that our legs have not moved, okay? Both of our hands are on that front leg. Now we're going to take the right arm, the opposite arm, and open it up. Revolved triangle. Okay, I'm going to see how you guys are doing. Revolving is tough, but we're about to revolve into spring. I see you all. I see you all. That revolve is hard, right? That it requires really opening up that shoulder joint, you know? And sometimes that shoulder joint won't let you go into a full straight line. I know it's hard. And even on my good shoulder, it's hard, right? Like this is my good shoulder, right? Because it forces you. What gives you that kind of straight line is really, really twisting, right? It's coming from your torso area to allow you to open up that way. Because if you're standing up, you can do it, right? If you're standing up straight, you can do it. The challenge, though, is being bent over, twisting that torso, and then getting that opening. Okay? Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release that upper arm. I know that arm's going to be so happy to release down. Okay? If you feel like you need to roll your shoulder around because it's too much, roll it around, get it out, get that kink out. We're still in those legs, though. Those legs are still where they were, right? Find your block or book or floor if you don't need it because we're about to fly, okay? So we're in our triangle, hands are resting, we're taking a little break resting, our legs are busy, but our arms are breaking. Finding your block, pick your height. We're gonna bend our front knee to get ready for half moon, right? Well, remember half moon, I don't think we've done half moon in a while. If you don't need the block, that's okay. You can just take fingertips to the ground, but your back leg hasn't moved. You have bent the front leg, right? Finding a space that's probably about northwest from your foot that's comfortable for you. Okay, I'm gonna show you the block first. The higher the block, the more help you have, okay? But find a spot, bending that front knee, getting momentum, right? You see me bouncing? And then you shoot that back leg up in the air. Foot is flexed, okay? And then whenever you've gotten your balance, you open, okay? See how y'all are doing. I know that front leg is tired. I know it is. Beautiful half moon, Lynn. I see you up there. Nice job, Teresa. Tony, I see you got something going. I can't see that leg, but I'm assuming you got that leg shot up there too, girl. And Yana and Miles are off camera. You guys are doing a great job. Joyce, I see you. I see you trying, girl. It looks good. Okay? Now, you're in half moon if you shall try. I'm not going to make you do it because I'm having a hard time with this one myself. But if you feel like you have your balance in half moon, all you're going to do is switch arms, right? So that you have revolve. Maybe you start off in a T. Maybe you open up all the way. Woo, that's a revolve half moon. It takes a lot. Those obliques are working today, y'all. I know. I have challenges with revolves all the time, but it's a good practice. You don't want to get to a point where you're not growing, right? So just try. Once you have your half moon, it should be like a right angle. And if that back leg doesn't want to go in a full right angle, that's okay. Do what you can. I see you, Lynn. That's nice. Revolve that arm, getting that arm straight up in the air is always a challenge. That's going to be the last part. All of you guys are fit enough. I know you can get your legs up there, but that revolve is something else. Okay. Right. So we're here. We got that. Woo, we got that leg up. Let me get my leg. Let me get my right situation. That leg up. And once you feel in a good place, then take the arm up. Okay. I feel it in this. I don't know. All right. We're ready to move on. I think we're ready to move on. All right. So whichever half moon you ended up in, let's just say that we are in a regular half moon. If you're in a revolved, regardless of which one, you're going to bring that hand down. Let's bring that foot down. Okay, that back foot that was in that half moon, bring it down. Okay. And we're going to allow our hands to come to our hips. Okay. And we're just going to do a quick little wide straddle bend. So this front leg, we're going to pigeon toe it in. Okay, so we're going to wide-legged stance. Okay. Got there in a little awkward way. I apologize. Hands on hips. And let's just take a slight back bend with your inhale, bringing your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, coming all the way forward. Okay? And when you come all the way forward, you have some options. Okay? You can either release your hands down so that your palms are touching the mat. Remember those tree frog fingers? The ball, the marble in the middle of the palm of your hand, you can do there. Or if you want to grab that big toe and get a little bit closer, right? Grabbing the big toes will allow you to splay those elbows out. Remember we did that earlier? And allow you to get closer to your legs, okay? Yogi's choice. Just take a deep breath in and then exhale, pulling on the toes, or if you have your hands in the middle of your feet with the palms, maybe you reach a little bit further back, right? So you get a nice stretch there of your arms and your wrists, okay? Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. If you're grabbing your big toes, you can release your toes, bringing your hands back to center, and then grabbing onto your hips, okay? Rooting down your feet, just pushing down. Let's just all come all the way back up. Oh, wow. All right. Now we're going to take that front leg, right? Because remember, we're now in a wide straddle bend. Take that front leg and bring it back to the front of your mat, okay? We haven't done anything with that back leg, but we're going to, okay? We're going to reduce the distance of our feet by about a foot, okay? So we're here. And now our hips are facing forward at the front of our mat, okay? Then you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can do prayer hands behind your back, okay? Pick your choice. Or you can grab opposite elbows even, okay? We're going to take a slight back bend. Both legs are straight, and we're going to come forward into pyramid, okay? Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then release your hands down, framing that front foot. We're going to slide that front foot back, and we're going to take a vinyasa, high to low. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. We're going to bring our feet together at the back of the mat, and with your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through between your hands, spinning that back foot flat, and with your inhale, rise up, warrior one on the other side. Exhale, open wide to warrior two. With your inhale, flip your palm up, reverse it back. Triangle on the other side. Right? So we come back through warrior two. Okay? We're going to straighten that front leg. You find your distance that's comfortable for triangle. Okay, remember your alignment, right? Tucking that tailbone in. Okay, your core should feel very strong. Shoulders are down away from your ears. We're going to extend, 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 extend. And then we tilt. Okay. Taking a deep breath in. Okay. This whole chest area should be nice and open. Deep breath out. We're going to bring that upper arm down to our shin. You know what's next, right? We got to revolve it. Okay, so I'm going to turn around so you can see the revolving going on, the revolution. Okay, we're here, and we're going to now open up to the other side. This is the bad side. That arm does not want to go all the way straight, and that's okay. Okay, the key is, look what's happening to our obliques. It's going to be so nice and tight for the summer. Okay. Remembering your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to take a look at you real quick while you're here. I know this is tough. Change is tough. You guys are doing awesome. Your arms are going to be so nice and toned. Everything's going to be so nice and tight. Okay, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release that upper arm down. Okay, feet haven't moved. We're going to bend that front leg. Okay, and find your block. Right, because we're about to fly. Remember, half moon. Okay, so we're resting our hands so nicely. And then we're going to bend that front leg, find our block. This time the block is going to go in your left hand. Okay, weight is in that front foot. Okay, the block, or if you don't need the block, like I said, you can always do fingertips to ground. But it's going to be about northwest. Okay, we'll try a different height this time. And then you're going to use momentum to push that right leg up in the air, feet is flexed, okay? Maybe you open that upper arm, okay? And if you've done that and care to revolve your half moon, then you're going to switch hands, right? So the stability is in the fact that you've got your right hand down, your left hand down. I'm sorry, your left foot down, right hand down, left foot down. And the stability is that you kind of got a balance going on, right? With the left side of your body supporting you. What all does is your arms. Your feet haven't changed, but your arms will. So you're bringing now the right hand down, seeing if you can lift up on the left. And it's wild, y'all, it's wild. One side might say, yay, and the other side says, no, and that's okay. This is something to work on. This is stretching us. It's stretching me even, right? I don't do a whole lot of revolved half moons. They can be challenging, right? I don't find half moon as challenging anymore, but having to move and switching those hands is something else. You know? It's something else. Right? And this is the frozen shoulder arm too, so it does not want to go higher than about here. Okay? And that's okay. Okay? If you're able to do some more twisting to get that arm higher, that's what you do. Nice job. All right, Ayana, thank you for coming. Nice job, ladies. Okay. After we have come down from whichever half moon we've chosen, right? All we're going to do is bring that leg that's up in the air, bending that front knee back down, okay? Back down through warrior two, right? And remember, we did a wide-legged stance that last time, but this time, okay, we're going to take that back leg and we're going to bring it out and take goddess pose. This is for you, Teresa. I know you like your goddess pose, okay? So now, instead of pigeon-toed in with a wide-legged stance, we're going to have feet facing out like duck feet, okay? Tucking our bottom, right? Tucking that pelvis in, right? We're going to see if I can remember, because last time I think I got it messed up, but we're going to see if I can remember the 10 steps, okay? Sorry for Ozzy, okay? We're in our goddess pose. We want to go a little lower for a challenge. You can do that, right? 1, hands on quads, right? 2, look behind, see how nice that rear is going to be for the summer, okay? 3, hands on hips. 4, Wakanda. 5, genie style. 6, goalpost arms. 7, celebrate. 8, hook the thumbs for Wu-Tang. 9, prayer hands. Of course, we must revolve, so and squeeze. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Standing up. Putting our hands interlace, our fingers interlace behind our head. A nice little cosmic head rest. Oh, awesome. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, release our hands down. And we're going to now face the opposite side so that we can do pyramid on the opposite side. So now we're going to take this right foot now, kind of point it towards the northeast, right? We've got kind of those straight triangle legs. Find your distance. This one should be a shorter one though. Up 2-3 feet, right? Bringing our hands on our hips or backwards prayer, right? Or grabbing opposite elbows, whatever's comfortable for you. Slight back bend. And exhale, come all the way forward. Allowing ourselves to get a nice stretch, not resting on that front leg. Okay. Deep breath in. And then exhale, frame that front foot, slide it back, and you got it. Let's take our vinyasa. Eye to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Okay, this time we're going to bend our knees. We're going to cross our feet. So bringing the right foot over to the left, left over to the right, and let's come to a seat. Oh, feels good to sit, doesn't it? All right. We've got a couple more little revolve things to do. And I promised you I was going to try to stay as close on time as possible so that we would not go long. All right? We're going to do an interesting twist on Navasana. Okay, Navasana is boat pose, as you know. Okay, and there are a couple of ways that you can do it. So you're in kind of a little bit of a V, and the key is to find the right place on your sit bones, right, so that you can balance there. Okay, so you're going to grab underneath your hamstrings and just bring your legs to a table. Okay, this may be where you stay. This is option 1, we'll say. Okay. Option 2 is that we are going to, let's see if we can have this. Okay, we're going to bring this right foot down. Okay, and we can bring our left leg to a table, and then we're just going to open with our right. So we don't need this to be held because the foot is down. So we're going to take our left foot into the air, table, and then extend our right arm out. Okay, so this is option 2. Okay. Option 3 is that we lift this leg up off the ground. Okay, let's just try that. Okay, and then once you have that, we're going to do the other side. Okay, so you pick yours. You can stay here, and you can also extend into full Navasana if this is your thing. Okay, but since we're on the kind of revolve kick today, I figured we'd try something new. So table, okay, bringing the right leg down, and then releasing that right arm open. Okay. Maybe you could do an extension. How about that? Let's try that. Okay. An extension with that left foot. You got the security of the left hand. You should be able to feel this. I feel it in my side body a lot. Okay. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, release everything down. Okay. Now we're going to do this on the other side. Okay. Now, like I said, you can choose your version of Shavasana, but I'm gonna cue to the revolved version. So, feet are in table. I've got my right hand securing my right hamstring. Okay. Lowering now the left foot, so now I don't have to worry about it. And then now opening on the left. Okay. And then maybe I do the extension. Maybe the other leg meets it. Oh, that's work. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling it out, and then releasing everything down. Whew! These legs are getting some work today. Okay. Let's now bring our hands underneath our hamstrings and lower down to our backs. Let's give ourselves a big, big hug for all that work. Woo! That is work. Maybe massage, going left to right, giving our back a nice massage. Maybe doing some circles there. And we are going to move on to bridge and wheel. Okay. Now, not everybody is a wheel person, and I get it. So if you don't want to do a wheel, that's okay. I'm going to show you two options, okay? And this time we're going to put a little twist on this too. So your feet should be, you should be able to touch the back of your heels if your arms are long enough with your fingertips. That's about the distance you want to be, okay? With your palms facing down on the ground, okay? You're going to flatten your back. And this means that your pelvis is going to tilt toward your face, right? You got that going on. And you're going to peel your bottom and lift up, okay? Into a bridge. Check out your bridge before I move on. Continuing to breathe. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now with this bridge, right? See if you can lift the right leg up off the ground, just into like a table, okay? You're gonna feel a lot of glute action there. If you're able to do that, maybe you can extend that right leg straight. The weight should be in your left heels. You'll feel it a lot in your glute. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, okay? Biggest breath in, exhaling it out. Last biggest breath in, and then slowly release your bottom down, bending that right foot down and joining the left onto the mat. Awesome work. I know you felt it in your booties, but it's good stuff. Okay, we're going to do the other side. Okay. We have to balance. And then for the third one, I'm going to show you what to do in full wheel. It's going to be the same thing, except for you being full wheel. If you choose to do another round of the bridge, that's fine, okay? So with the soles of your feet on the mat, this time, okay, let's flatten the back again. Palms are down on the mat. You're going to flatten your back, pelvis to face, lifting your bottom up off the mat into a bridge, okay? Bringing your weight now into your right heel. You're going to bring that left to table and see if you can do this without moving. It's so hard. It's so hard to lift that one leg up and to keep your bottom where it was. But see if you can. And if you're at table, see if you can do the extension. It's going to require you to really use that heel to keep your pelvis up off the mat. Let me take a look. Awesome. You guys are really strong. Awesome work. Keep pushing and digging that heel in. That's what's going to get that bottom up, to keep your bottom up off. We're going to have some beautiful glutes after all this, okay? Taking a deep breath in. I know I talked through some of your breaths. And then exhale, lower down. Now, we're going to do another round of those for those who want to stay there. Or if you're into full wheel, okay, basically you're going to take a full wheel. I don't know if my body's going to let me do this today. We'll see. But you're going to basically lift one foot off if you're able. Okay? So, soles of your feet onto the mat. Remember, see if you can touch your heels. That's about the distance. And then you're going to bring your palms down onto the mat, close to your ears. Okay? So, your fingertips are going to be facing your shoulders, right? And remember those tree frog fingers and how we wanted to make sure that the heel of our hand is touching. This is where this comes really into play. Okay. See how closely you can keep your elbows in, right? So that they're parallel and not splaying out. You're not going to have a lot of strength and stability if your elbows splay out. So see if you can keep them in. Okay. And with your inhale, you're just going to push against the mat, bringing both ends of your body up into a wheel. Okay. And if you get that far, you might want to step your feet toward closer to your hands to give you more space, and see if you can lift one leg up and then lower it down, and then do the other leg. I'm going to do the other leg in a second. I want to see how you guys are doing so they don't hurt yourself. Awesome, awesome work. I see you, Lynn. Okay. If you are in a bridge, remember the cues there, right? You're taking one foot off, either in table or full extension, and you're feeling a lot of glute. Okay. If you were in full wheel, you're lifting one leg up off the ground. Okay. You may need to step your feet closer to your hands. I find that doing that gives me a little bit more leverage to be able to pull that one foot up off the ground. It's not easy. Okay. And it's scary, actually. Okay. So if you're in full wheel, right, I find that the closer my feet are together, the easier it is to lift that foot off the ground. Off the mat. And then whenever you're ready, just lower yourself down. And when you're done, just give yourself a big, big, big hug. Okay? I'm seeing people hugging the knees. So, okay, we're going to move on. Okay, give yourself a big, big hug. Give yourself a nice back massage. All right? And we're going to cross our feet. I guess like we're really crossing like our shins, grabbing the outer edges of our feet. And remember our fun transition? We're in a little ball, okay? Grabbing the outer edges of our feet. And we're going to do a fun transition to a vinyasa. If you don't choose to do this, then you're just going to take your vinyasa and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Okay? When you're in down dog, let's all take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Biggest breath in. Exhale it out. Let's bring our feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose. We're going to swing into pigeon. Okay? You know, it looks like a little check mark. You are really, really flexible if you got it parallel. So check mark is fine. Slide your fingertips closer to your hips, pushing the mat away. Let's take a slight back bend. Okay, if you need some padding underneath that right hip, feel free to grab a towel or a block. Okay. And then exhale, slowly crawl your hands forward, allowing your forehead to come to the mat. Let's take a huge breath in. Exhale it out. Oh, feels so nice to be grounded again. Okay. Your bodies have done some great, great transitional, revolving work today. Huge breath in. Exhaling it out. Take one more biggest breath in. Oh, and then exhaling it out. And let's crawl our hands back towards our hips, allowing ourselves to come up. And then we're going to take this left leg and we're going to swing it around so that we can do Janu Shavasana. Remember that? Okay, so your feet should be flexed. Your bottom is anchored down, sit bones down. And with your inhale, let's extend your arms all the way up, shoulders down away from ears. And then exhale, hinge forward, grabbing toes or arches or ankles or your heels, whatever you need. Okay? With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine here. And exhale, folding forward. Taking a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Deep breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale it out. And on your next inhale, let's come back up. We're going to switch legs. So we're going to extend our right leg out this time, bending our left with the sole of our left foot inside of our inner thigh. Okay, you're rooted down on those sit bones, right? And the foot is flexed with your inhale. Let's extend your arms up high. Exhale, bring the shoulders away from the ears. Let's hinge forward. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Big breath in, filling up the lungs. Exhaling it out. On your next inhale, you're going to come back up. And then we're going to bend our feet, or bend our knees, crossing our feet. And see if we can take another fun vinyasa. Okay, so we'll come forward, we'll jump back, and we'll take our vinyasa high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Let's bring our feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose. Come into pigeon on this side. Okay. All right. Toenails down to the ground. Let's slide our hands back towards our hips, pushing the mat away. Do a slight back bend. Exhale, crawling our hands forward. Allowing those hips to open on the left side this time. This should feel really, really nice. Again, make it your pigeon. Make it comfortable for you. If you need a pillow or a blanket or something underneath that hip to make it a little bit more restorative, you can feel free. I'm just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Huge breath in. Exhaling it out. And let's slowly walk our hands back towards our hips, coming up. And slide the right foot around, and the left is going to meet it. We're going to take Pashimo Tanasana, okay? So our hips are square, we're rooted down. We're going to extend our arms up high, shoulders away, hinging at the hips, reaching, reaching, reaching for our feet, and grab toes or the arches or heels, okay? Come forward. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthening. And exhale, in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale. Slowly come back up. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat. Slide your hips toward your heels, grabbing the back of your hamstrings. Lower yourself down to your back. We're going to take butterfly. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, allow them to splay open. This is a nice counter pose from all the forward bending. Bring one hand to your heart, the other hand to your belly. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's bring our knees together. Let's give our knees a big, big hug. Now we're going to take happy baby. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet, extend them up to the air. You can either grab the outer edges of your feet, or you can grab the inside of your arches, whichever feels most comfortable for you. Just rock from side to side. And you decide where you go from here, right? Maybe you grab those toes again. Do a little bit of Peter Pan, side to side, extending one leg then the other. Okay? Or you can stay in happy baby. Allowing yourself to give yourself a little bit of a back massage here too. And let's all come to stillness. Bring your soles of your feet together, back down into butterfly. Let's close your eyes. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And then whenever you're ready, you can stay here, or whenever you're ready, you can extend one leg long and then the other. You can keep your hands where they are, or perhaps you allow them to open up, and extend by your side, palms facing up. Just wherever you are, get into your most comfortable resting posture. And let's collectively take a deep breath in. Exhale it out as we enter into Shavasana. slowly begin wiggling your toes. Maybe rolling your wrists around and wiggling your fingers. Just getting motion in your fingers, on your toes, with your ankles, moving them around. And then extend your arms slowly up over your head, perhaps interlacing your fingers, giving your body a nice stretch. And then release your arms down by your side. With your eyes still closed, roll onto your favorite side. Bend your knees and come into a nice fetal position, perhaps using your hands underneath your head like a little pillow. And whenever you're ready, join me in your most comfortable seated position. Let's all bring our hands to our heart center in prayer. Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. I'd like to thank you all for joining me in practice today and allowing me to be your guide. Until our hearts shall meet again, namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Erin, thanks for joining too. Namaste, Teresa. Do you guys have any questions for me? I know you guys are all muted. You can unmute if you can. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much for joining. Do you guys have any questions about anything we did today?
Nope, just glad I was able to make it.
Me too. I was surprised. I saw you join in a little bit later. Good. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, I was doing kids stuff, but I was already warmed up, so.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of the Revolve stuff that we were doing?
No. I went took the kid to Great Falls and we did went to the driving range, and I was starting to feel that tension in my body. I was just, oh, Tony's class. I was able to get in, so I know sometimes you'll do a 3-hour class, so I figured I'd have some time.
Awesome. I'm glad you were able to make it. Well, we recorded this, so let me stop recording.